Hi, folks. Nick Tucker here with another episode of Art Time with Nick. This is the show where I think my volume might be just a little high, so we'll let out. This is the show where I work on the art I do just about weekly as thumbnails for my shows. Never mind the furthermore, I try to do art for the thumbnail every time, as well as other art projects. If I can get through what I need to get through today, we will have a lovely time, depending on how active the chat is, to talk about maybe doing some art you suggest just for the fun of it. So what we'll do, I have a problem. We have my happy little overlay opening screen, and I like it. It's cute. You guys seem to like it. But as soon as I go off screen, so when I go, let me see, here, now it's just a normal screen with a big swath of space on one side. So folks know it's me. I need to do a little portrait, and that I can do as an overlay that if I keep it small enough, and I'm guessing, a reasonable size here, we'll be able to have a little dude to let you know it's me, a portrait, if you will. And since I don't have one for now, I need to make one. So we're going to start the show off with that. And we got some chill music going. I'm trying to get the balance on. Folks were asking, which is it? It is Feeding the Ducks. It is provided by StreamYard, used with permission. And you may hear the odd car or whatever go by. But I've already set up my screen to have my usual YouTube thumbnail size, which is 1280 by 720. But instead of my usual having a white paper background, I have a transparent one. This is on purpose because what I'm going to be doing is an overlay, and I want you to be able to see through it. So what we'll do is we'll add another layer, and we're going to operate like we have a clear background and the other layer. Now, I'm going to do something else. It might seem silly, but you have to bear with me. It's a little challenging to draw on a surface that doesn't have a background. It's really easy to goof it up. So on this layer, I'm going to hit my fill tool. I'm going to come over here, and I'm just going to select white. Actually, let's see, is that not quite white? Well, I can do white. Now what I'm doing here is making essentially a false background. By going here, boom. Life is now pretty pleasant. Now I'm going to do one other thing. I'm going to make another clear layer. Now that sounds silly, but this way I don't risk messing up my false background layer. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw my little guy, again, way over in the corner over here. I wish I could make my on-screen cursors a little bit bigger. It doesn't quite work. But that will let me mess with it and not risk goofing up the fake background. Then I can merge the layers straight down, and then I can flood erase around it, and I'll have everything I need. Now to keep things straight, I'm going to select this. I'm going to pick a nice, we'll set red for that, so I know not to mess with that layer. I'll make it, that gives me an extra icon to kind of flesh where I am. And we'll go green here, just because this is a good, for now that'll mean good to draw on. Actually, no, not green. We're going to go blue. And I'm going blue for a very good reason. Because you guys who know me, been here a while, know I like to... I'm going to move my phone a little bit. Not my phone, my microphone. I hope you all can hear me. It was in my face while I was drawing. I'm not really fond of that. But we just need a little guy. And we're going to start here. We're going to grab a nice mellow blue. I like a mellow blue because then I can see what I'm doing. And we'll just do a nice little melon head. How does that look for the space head? Pretty good. It might not be perfect. I may have to tweak it later. And we'll just... This is just giving me a body to work with now. Ears, because I have those. Yeah. And I am right-handed, so we'll just put a little hand going here. And right now I'm just jotting with a stylus because, of course, one thing I am consistently doing, some wonky glasses, little goatee-looking dude. Now I look like one of my minimalist. Probably give it my little head wrap thing because I tend to wear a little head wrap thing when I'm working really hard because half the time in here it gets very, very warm. And yeah, I know this is all kind of dorky. That's fine. Dorky is doable. This is just placeholder stuff. Nightmarish placeholder stuff, perhaps. I'm not being fair to myself. Oops, now I need... Get the wrong thing. I need to zoom into where I'm working. So we'll go view and we'll go zoom. And I know there's a control plus number. Okay, so is that going to, if I go, let's try this. I have a little pad. There we go. I'm way off where I need to be. Well, now I'm on that axis. There we are. Wow, that's pretty problematic. That's okay. It's just a rough placeholder sketch. And we're joined by Blue Teddy. Whoops. Let's see. Can you come up? There we go. A little bit of lag. Good morning, Blue Teddy. Please ignore the rough placeholder because it is just that. It's a rough placeholder. Now I know where I'm working and I know roughly what I'm doing with this image. So I will add a layer and I will add orange. I like orange and that lets me know where I'm working. Now we'll come back over here. Let's see. I'm using the Good Pen, which you can get for free for Clip Studio Paint. It's a great pen. I like that it's pressure sensitive. I'm running 5 pixels right now for anyone who's worried about that. And I'm going to go straight into that. I think if I close this guy up, we don't really need to see it for a while. That gives me a little more room to work. And 5 really, wow, 5 is a little big for the level I'm working at, isn't it? Well, let me see. Let's see what we got. No, I can make 5 work. That's just the maximum if I really get honkered on it. So we'll get rid of that. And when I have a picture laid out, I like to start with the eyes. I always have been that way. Probably always will be that way. Building from the eyes makes it real easy. And Blue Teddy says, yeah, I get it. All my stuff starts with stick people. Gotta decide where stuff's going to go. Exactly. Exactly. Now, I know... Whoa. Oh, it lagged for a second. Sorry about that. Are a little upset. People are upset because, you know, it feels like AI is going to squeeze out the natural artists. And I don't think it will as much as people want to be afraid of. And my thing is, people have been trying to get me to stop drawing and do serious stuff. And a lot of times, stop drawing and be afraid like you're supposed to. My whole life. So, one more thing out there saying, stop drawing and be afraid is not anything terribly new. Don't know. I've got a bit of a nose. That's not a terrible nose. We'll do that. And yes, this is anime, and yes, this is cute. Who doesn't like a little cute anime? So. And throw where the ears are likely to be. Throw the little head wrappy thing. Whenever I wear it, I end up with tufts sticking out. I'm thinking of getting a haircut and getting really cleaned up, but I don't know. I have to decide that. Oh, I haven't hit that. Sorry. How you doing, Blue Teddy? Feel free to chat. I'm just knocking out some of the work I have to do for the week. And before I do my next show stuff, which is I have to knock out this so that instead of having black on the sides of the screen, you'll have a little person on the side to let you know it's me. And I will if this works well, I will update it as needed. Hold on. My internet is being bad. Well, let's see. Just trying to remember what site I was using for figure drawing warm-ups. You think I would bookmark it, but no. Oh gosh, that's the bane of my existence. My internet's being a little dodgy. Let me do a couple things to try to make it easier. That's because it's Sunday and they're actually watching shows in the living room. So let's see if that doesn't buy me a little bit of bandwidth. This, and yes, take a brief second. Remember how I said I wanted this on a separate layer? If you were here for that, that's so I can erase and not worry about messing up my temporary background layer. Because I do have a whole master plan for how this should work. If I do it right. And if it doesn't work that way, well, it should have. Alrighty, there we go. That's not bad. Now there's one thing I have to fix about his eyebrows. See, as I have aged, between the scars and the portions that don't work right, started to develop rather aggressive eyebrows. Might as well be honest about it. Oh no. So I've got my rather aggressive eyebrows. Got my little eye bar there. Alrighty now. Oh. Hi there, we're joined by Thesis. Blade Thesis is from the Historical Fencing Guild. One of my dear Patreon folks who help keep me afloat. Just want to stop and say hello. Hey, Thesis, feel free to chat. This show was born from me realizing I was spending a couple hours a week doing all my prep for the thumbnails because it's enjoyable. And I realized, well, if I'm going to be sitting in front of my computer, I'm going to be drawing and kind of just sitting here, I might as well stream it and talk to my friends online. and then be there to answer questions and help folks and generally be semi-useful. And that's what I am doing. We'll just do this. We'll just drop that there. I know I'm going to have to fix it, but there are a lot of lines that I put down knowing they won't be there later. Oh, hello, Ronick. I don't know, you seem new in these parts, but good day. And yeah, we're just, right now, this is just a very chill stream while I get my new portrait done. And if I have time and I can knock out what I want to have knocked out, I might just do some art for fun with the chat, where I just ask you guys, all right, guys, what do you want me to draw now? Because that's always fun. It also helps me keep my my imposter syndrome that, yep, I'm still an artist, even though I do game design and all these other things. I am still functionally an artist. Let's put that down. Jewelry-wise, I don't wear much in the way of jewelry, but I do wear my neck knife everywhere. So that's kind of iconic, so that belongs there. We'll throw this on there. Go this there. Go this there. Yeah, poof that out a bit because it is a Hawaiian shirt. And put the little one. That's not bad. Oh, it's a good idea to give me that kind of power. Well, that's later, and yeah. Will I color it later? I'll be coloring it in the next few minutes, as in it's a little work in progress. Thesis says, I'm not much of an artist, but in that sense, I can draw rudimentary, but most of my art is martial and musical. There's nothing wrong with that. I am a petty dabbler in a lot of things. Thesis knows me through the Historical Fencing Guild, my other YouTube channel, which you're more than welcome to subscribe to. And so I'm more primarily in that aspect, when that comes to mind. But I have been an artist for a very long time. And one thing I want you to get, Thesis, is one, nothing wrong with being a rudimentary artist. Not everyone, a lot of people call me rudimentary. I feel rudimentary. I associate with comic book guys and other folks, pros. I am technically a professional artist in that I sell my art, and I have for some time sold my art, and I've even done a show or two. But I'm not one to let things go to my head. There we are. Now we've got all this. This looks good. And this is just going to serve as a raw format. Anyway, but don't bash your own art. You are an incredible martial artist. And those with musical talent, I don't do music very well. That is certainly my weakness. We're going to be here. I'll fix this just a little bit, tweak the ears. And on this piece, especially, what happened over here? Okay, we'll just do that. Something a little blank over there, but that's okay. Now, we're going to bring back this back layer setup thing. We come to the sketch layer and we'll hide it to see if I like how it looks. I'll come back to it. I don't have to kill it off yet, but oops, I do have to move off of it. There we go. Because this is not even heavy work. This is just This is just a quick, because I noticed that there was a sort of a blank spot on my page. It was bothering me. Well, this is a fairly nice variation of me. I'll take that. Now, so I like all that. I don't need the other stuff, so we'll just I'm going to delete the sketch lines because I don't need that layer. That just makes it a little easier on my computer. Oh, good evening, Bonser. Joined by Bonser Vocal over at Radio Retro Future. And artist, author, world builder of no small water himself. Right now, I'm just working on a very, very small artist portrait for the side of the screen. So if I do it right, I'll be able to add it as an overlay. So that looks pretty good. I just have to be ultra careful that it is fully sealed around the edges, because I don't want to track it down. Now, there are two ways you can basically color. You can fill color, where you use the fill tool and zonk, 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 or, again, you can add another layer, which is what I'm going to do right now. And I am going to make it yellow. Let's make it yellow. Yellow will work. So that I know that this is the multiply layer. We're going to hit multiply. Multiply is great. If you're not used to the multiply tool, it's my favorite tool. Oh, wait. We've got some more comments while I was talking. Bonser over at Radio Retro Future on YouTube, working on the final chapters of my audiobooks. Awesome! Getting back into guitar over 20 years is scary, but I'm doing it. Currently working on 3 different songs. In the winter, I dabble with both my tin whistle and my my cigar box guitar. I don't usually do much other than that. I can play a very good hand drum, and I was working into that, but it's not good for my my hands anymore because they don't work like they should, and concussion is really bad on my hands. So what I did is I grabbed a nice skin tone, and when I'm coloring, a lot of times I like to break out the airbrush tool, just a nice soft airbrush. It's not the most efficient way to do it, but it gives, I can get a lot of tone variance, a lot of opacity variance out of it. So I can do this and get what I need to get. And yeah, I'll have to clean up the fuzz at the end, but you always do. And then when I want to do a little bit of shading or highlight something, I can simply either press a little harder, or I can come down and I can go like this, and I can narrow it for better control, which I do like that too. Because right now there's a lot of gobbledygook on the edges. But I'm not going to worry too much about that because I'm going to, when I'm all said and done, clean everything up. I'm doing a lot of, what do we need? I'm sorry, jabbing for a second. Grab a good, kind of a blue-gray color. There we are. My eyes. And then we'll hit a darker blue, tighter, like that. And this is not high-end work. This is just a little something to keep me appraised. Now, my hair is gray mostly, so we're going to start with the gray, because I'm starting to have more gray than I am brown in my hair. And once I get a haircut, it'll be more so. So we'll just do this. And we'll add a little bit of lighter there. My beard. And yes, my beard is increasingly white. And I'm going to add some more to this later in just a second. But we're just right now having a little bit of painterly fun with it. At 40, I'm far older than I ever expected to be. But there's also nothing wrong with that. So we got the beard, we got that. Now we're going to take some brown. We're going to shrink this down even further and add the brown highlights to my hair. See? That's giving it that slightly muddled look. And then I got to do something that will seem odd, but get this reddish orange brown and add some of that streakiness to my goatee. Let's see. We are also learning 3 different languages and training 2 very, while also learning 3 different languages and training 2 very beautiful ladies with a bum hit. No wonder I feel like there's never enough time in the day. Absolutely. I only associate with people who have things going on. Now I can just very lightly, barely applying it, and it just kind of adds a blur. And I'm going to do this because this is a good solid shading color. I'm just going to throw some shade. Oh, I have been one in the past to throw some shade, but here we go. Do that. It's not great. Just playing. Art should not be intimidating. The only way you'll get better is by doing more. Now, there's one other thing. When I am not streaming and I get to go outside and do things, I usually wear my yellow sunglasses. I have to wear the clear ones because they have the anti-blue coat, and I spend so much time with a screen in my face that's necessary. But do that. Now, I have a lot of headbands. Well, they're technically called neck gaiters, but they really don't work. People are trying to pass them off as masks, and they don't really do much of anything in that front. But they are really good at keeping the sweat out of my eyes. So most of the year, and most of the time while I'm doing things like this, I wear one of these. And it doesn't usually match my outfit, but I have an orange one. So I have a gray one with like a paisley print that I really, really like. But we're going to rock the orange one today. Let's see, how's that looking? Not too bad. I want this right because you're going to see a lot of this too. Now, I do love to wear that very fluorescent colors. So, right now, I don't want to do that because that's the color of my knife sheath. My knife sheath are actually this color. So, because the hilt and the sheath glow in the dark, so that in the middle of the night the power goes out, I can still find my neck knife. So we're going to throw that up there. And that means we need a good kind of mellowish t-shirt color. So we're going to grab this guy and just hit it with this. And again, I'm being deliberately streaky. I could go much more classic, but half the time I'm very traditional in my art approach on this channel. And one of these days, I will reset it up and do actual, this is me, traditional drawing. Now we are in the realm of what color Hawaiian shirt should I be wearing? And I think we'll start with a bold yellow. And to make my life, oh, that's a little too much. Make my life a little easier, I'm going to make my my brush just a bit bigger for the big parts. I'll come back and get the little parts in a minute. But I don't want to spend all day here, and I'm already half hour into the stream. So we're just going to chill with that, and then we'll drop down to a nice 15, so I have a little bit more control. Nice yellow shirt. And just sort of add the orange splops, because, you know, come way down here, get a good sharp. Here we go. There we are. Make it leafy, because my Hawaiian shirts are usually pretty dramatic. I love Hawaiian shirts that make people laugh. So we'll just make this a very, I don't know. There we go. That's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. So we'll add one more layer. One more layer now. And it's another multiply layer. Okay. And we're going to just grab a light gray. And we're going, oops, probably need a bigger brush for that, to just add some shading to the edges. It'll just give it just a little touch of, not realism, but, well, I guess it is realism. It's just a little bit more 3D feel. Feeling very airbrushy today. So, very airbrushy. That gets thrown on. And guys, please hit the like and share if you're enjoying this. That's because we really, as YouTubers, especially in a field like the art field where it's so watched, we need that. Now, I've done that, so I need to merge with layer below. Merge with layer below, merge with layer below. And I've chunked all this down, right? Now I'm going to come over here. I'm going to grab the, basically not, it makes it transparent. We're going to hit fill. We're going to do that. Now he's essentially cut out. You can see it here. You can't see it there. But you can take this layer and delete that so I don't have to worry about it. Now what I have is a PNG. Well, I will have a PNG that I can come over here and I can export single layer PNG, and let that rattle for a second. It's going to be, and yes, it's going to my downloads file. I don't know why it always does that, but it always does. ATW and Art Time with Nick, and we're going to call it Portrait. I'm pretty special. There you go, portrait. 1. There you go. Now I save that. There we go. Okay. Now, That's good enough for our purposes. We hit OK. And I'm going to try to do something kind of cool with StreamYard. Well, you guys can look at that. Oh, liked. Speaking of which, did you check out my latest video? I haven't been able to do much YouTube watching at all, as I have been. We had a Friendsgiving celebration where a bunch of my friends came over. Trey Bachman, Joe Bachman, James Robertson, my buddy Jim, and my brother Ricky, and we had a Thanksgiving meal over here. Anyway, and where that is, yes, add overlay. Now you can't see what I'm doing right now, and if it glitches things, but I want to see if this works. Okay, cool. Now, if I did this right, I should be able to go there. And guess what? Now you can see essentially me while I work on the other stuff. And I'm not blocking too much, and I can make that go away whenever I need to. But now it doesn't look like I am problematic. And while I'm here, we will hit, because guys, this is, you always, it says time lapse, record time lapse, export time lapse. I can see the quick time lapse of what I did. It'll be proportionate to the screen, not zoomed in like usual. But at least some people, my son likes to see these, for example. I just want to make sure that it goes through smoothly. And then I can export that. And then a little later in the day, I will post that and add it to my art time lapse list. And with that, I can get back to working and getting my universe role. Sorry if the music is stuck while my computer works and all. It's the export buff. And that will be I'll fix the name and stuff. I am the absolute worst typist and speller on the planet. That's because I am dyslexic and dyscalculic. And my hands don't work. But we make it work anyway. So, that's all happily up and sorted. And now, you can go new. Oh, do I want to save this anymore? I've saved. Oh, wait. Let me hit cancel real quick. And we'll file. Oh, wait, no, because I saved this as a PWF, a PNG. I don't need it as anything else. So, yes, I can go. Do not save. That's fine, because I'm not coming back to it, at least in that format. New. And we put the paper color back because we're back in what we usually work on. And this is all, now we're back to the happy realm of normal. Blues. And I have to do the live stream stuff. So that should be pretty groovy. Give me just a second to do a mild behind the scenes thing to make life a little easier on me to see. And let's check. Oh boy. We have the return of the box. Block user. Goodbye. Wow, it will not let me block the user. We will. We'll deal with that later. And an exception. Yes. For a second there was a whole lot of Nick. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of that bot, because I dislike bots. Go home. We'll go fix this real quick because I don't promote that great of stuff, and I would not. I would hate for somebody who's watching my channel to think I do. Oh, good. It's deleted. Thank you, Thesis. Thesis, you are awesome. And that's one of the nice things about having so many mods. And that needs to be turned off. There we go. So we're back at it. I'm not sure which NTF I'm working on, but it is Christmassy, and I am feeling... feeling a little festive. So should I draw or should I paint, guys? What do you think? Because I have at least 3 more pictures I need to do. And I don't know if you guys are in the mood for me to sketch more or go full Bob Ross. So let me know what you think. And while I wait for that, I will doodle, I guess. I don't need to flood anymore. Once I did that enough of that, we'll go back. We'll get our blue, our happy light blue, because I guess I'm sketching since I'm waiting for an impact. You know what? I'm in the mood. Wow, that's a big brush. Full Bob Ross is always a chill vibe. Seems appropriate for a lazy Sunday afternoon. Full Bob Ross it is. Alrighty, then what I need is a slightly different tool. I need to come into my brushes, get into my thick pens, and we'll... Actually, no, I know what tool I want. I want my chalk. And I want... Do I want a blue? I want a pink. I'm going full Bob Ross, that's fine. Bob Ross only used oil paints, usually. I use a lot of media. The one thing I like about the chalk, if I do the chalk, we're just going to go across with the chalk. Lots of happy little swirls. And we're going to grab... Let's see, how's that look? Yeah, that'll be good. We're just going to chill. And all we're doing is putting happy little swirly lines. This is much like the technique I used to do like green water when the ocean or a big lake is going. Oh! Joined by Kat Rothabel, one of my favorite people on the planet. Happy Sunday! Nick, how the heck are you doing, sweetie? Hugs and kisses. I'm doing great. As you can see, I did my little new portrait that'll be on the side so that when people come to my show, they know who's doing what. And that saves a lot of the streaming issues. And I'm just setting up to do some landscapey, festive-y stuff. And having a really, frankly, grand time. Let me see, is this the one I want? Yes. Because all I did is I used the chalk tool because Lord knows I love chalk and oil pastels. And then you just come back with the equivalent of your finger. Happy little swirls rock. Thank you. Love your portrait. Thank you. Keep on keeping on. I will. And guys, you're chatting because I've had people, I want to chat, but I don't want to interrupt you. If I didn't want interaction while I do this, I'd do it like I used to, where I'd be just sitting and chilling and doing artwork without anybody around. And sometimes that's nice. Sometimes it's pleasant to just get your art on in peace. But of late, it's been really nice to it takes a little longer, but to let you guys sort of chat with me and let me know what you're doing. because I don't socialize as much as perhaps I would. Part of it is where I live fairly isolated. Part of it is I take care of my special needs son, and that can be a little intimidating. It makes other factors in dealing with people. Uh, oh, yes, she did. I was speaking to her rather late into the evening about her idea for a card game. It looks promising. And I encourage her to seek out playtesters and use the methods we discussed to do it. I'm getting games published is something I haven't found a really good resource for, save of course for my dealings with Luke Stone, and we will see how all that comes to fruition very soon, since the RPG I designed for him is finally going to be crowdfunded early next year, starting actually January 10th for those who are following. Now, we're getting a nice sort of sunset-y sunrise. Feel. It's very ethereal. I like that. I like the white at the bottom. So, we've got this now. As I said, it's not wintry outside, and honestly, given the logistical challenges of that, I don't mind too much right now. But it does sort of make me want for it. So I have to think now. What I'm going to do, I don't want to mess this up. And because I've been using the blur tool and I'm treating this kind of sensitive, we're just going to throw another layer so that I can do whatever I want and I don't have to worry about interaction with that. Now we're going to come back up to my paintbrush over here. And I'm grabbing my friend the thick oil brush. I like the thick oil brush. What? Oh, I hit the wrong button. Well, we're going to delete that because I somehow won't the wrong button. There we go. And we're going to grab very light gray. And I need a much bigger brush. Ooh, that is not light gray enough. That is not light gray enough at all. This is the best thing about digital painting. There it is. The undo button. And again, I'm throwing in a mountain. Don't worry, the white will be back. The white will definitely be back because this is another one of those lots of layers to this painting. I can feel this one kind of happening. Just a good feeling. Just lots of gray. Alrighty, now we're getting somewhere. I think I'm going to do blending on this one, so I am going to need that slightly darker gray. We're just going to remember you're always pulling down from the top with the with mountains. Mountains are always about gravity. Okay, mountains are really, really. People think of them as stationary things, and mountains, especially when you've been to them, they're not. They're oddly moving. They have a life and a journey all their own. So you have to sort of accept that the mountain's going to mountain. and the way it feels, the way it spirits, it just affects everything. But we've got this happy little mouth. Let's go a little darker. If I do it right, it'll provide almost a vignette. I say that word wrong, but it'll frame it. See what I mean? Now these lines look awful harsh, and that's okay, because they're not going to stay harsh. We'll go back to our old buddy, the finger blur. Are you? There we are. I'm going to start. Buffing and swishing and moving that around a little bit. I want to soften that. There we go. And this part is where it's digital work, but it's almost more, it feels like sculpting to me. And what I'm doing, light comes from above, so the dark comes from the bottom. I'm just kind of spiking and blurring and swirling it and trying to figure out how stuff goes up the mountain. Oh, yes. You used to have a local card game shop that we could play test, but they closed a few years ago. Reach out to the library, friends. Libraries are wonderful. If you say I'm playtesting a game and I want to invite, oh, I know what's wrong. I switched the wrong. We have to switch brush. There we go. I want to invite want to playtest this. You just say that you're playtesting a game and invite either adults or teenagers or whoever to come down and come out and put a little flyer up. A lot of times they'll just give you a space at a local library, which probably sounds pretty odd, but that's just how they operate. How big was that brush? Yeah, it had to be a much bigger brush than what I'm thinking of. There we are. So I'll pull this down. Definitely want to pull that down like that. There we go. And see how we're getting lots of nice shading in this sort of middle ground mountain area. I know that looks a little bland, but I'm planning to do something. I haven't quite decided what. But let's figure that out. Because those mountains seem pretty happy. They seem like pretty chill mountains right now. And it's, none of them are lonely. It's another kind of rocky, snowy, peaky area. Which wasn't where I originally was planning to go, but now I come here. Do I want to do this on this level? No, I don't. I need to do this on another link. Another now, I know I'm using a lot. I don't like the shape of that. A lot of the same, very similar terrain sets right now. And that's not sloth. A lot of people would think, oh, you're being lazy. And I'm not. I'm doing it because I want people to be able to watch and learn these techniques. And yeah, local libraries are always looking for activities to host. Yeah, so it's a great way. You can play test, you can give back to the community. I'm for that. Now, I need to think about this for a second. Yeah, that's way too small. Like I said, I'm feeling Christmassy. I'm feeling the season just a bit. Evergreens are fun because they're so simple. Evergreens are just kind of layered downward V's. I know I'm going to have to add the trunk. I might not. These could be very low-hanging fruits indeed. We're going to put those there. Nice little stand of these guys. Give it a little guy here. Just going to chill with these guys. Now. Sorry, I have to do posture check, guys. When you do this art stuff, you have to remember to stop and stretch. Wow. Stretch your hands, because you end up stooped over in the zone. And for all my equipment, a lot of time I'm working on a very, very small amount of space to get what I'm doing. So let me do this. We'll put this away for a while, if it lets me. There we go. There. Now I can get this back bigger. This is a nice little winter scene that's coming along. Apologies for that gurgle bottle ASMR, but hydration is important too. Now, I know I probably should just drink Mio. I drink water, but I tend to drink a little bit of flavor in my water because I have to drink a lot and I have some deficiencies. Oh, Thesis says, well, I gotta run, get things ready for classes and such. Just want to say hello. Well, thank you for coming by, and you can catch the rest of this later. This is a very informal program. And thank you for all your support, Thesis. Give Foxy and Kitty my love. But, because that's what this is. This is just a simple little kind of community where we do art and we support each other. And we just have a wonderful time doing it. At least I do. Because art is one of the greatest gifts humanity has. Because art builds communities. It provides peaceful or not so peaceful commentary. Art lets us express the things visually that maybe can't be said in words as easily. Imply that there's some kind of going well over that range, because that hill interests me. But yeah, I get to explore when I do art. I get to go, well, what's over there? And sometimes, actually most of the time, when I pick up art, especially like this, I don't have it planned out. I go, oh, really? Does that feel right? Actually, no, I want that to be brown, because I want that to be brown out. So I want it to look just like that, actually. And all I'm doing is very lightly pushing hard and then lightening my pen stroke. Now what this is going to do, if I do it right, I hope, is going to imply a bit of a hilly road. Because a hilly road is an interesting thing. This is very much a picture of a journey. Oh, found the site I was looking for, lineofaction.com, if anyone wants a good warm-up tool. Well, shoot, that sounds pleasant, and what I will do is I will take my handy-dandy Post-it note, and I will write line-of-action com. Uh, Art warm up. And that can go on my wall of knowledge, which is the huge pile of assorted, useful post-it notes that live on my wall. Because it's my study, and though I'm redoing it, the post-it note pile and related is useful stuff. Oh, that's looking cool. I'm doing some online shopping today. Oh, cool. That sounds fun. I do love shopping, probably more than I should. But who doesn't? Icicle, huge respect to you, brother, for treading through the hypnotic baby Tourette's dungeon. Well, thank you. It's always a challenge, but I do what I can, and we just try to keep things going. Let's see now. You can tell what kind of photos you want and what length of class, and it'll pop up images on timers. Oh, that is good. And Cat's trying to get all my online shopping done in time for Christmas. That's something we have to do. Speaking of Christmas, yes, yesterday was very, very pleasant. Yes, it is. Because we did our Friendsgiving, which is, I get a bunch of people around that I care about, and we have another Thanksgiving, and we hang out. And I will tell you guys kind of a bit of a secret. At points in my life, I had not the best of friends. I had people who didn't really treat me perhaps with kindness. And those people kind of made me, they kind of taught me to be hesitant to trust. And a lot of things that happen that make me kind of that way. And my current batch of friends, if you want to call it that, are some of the best people on the planet. I absolutely adore them. But every time something good's going to happen, there's a part of me that always panics, thinking, now is the time that they realize that, why are they hanging out with me when, they're such really neat people and I'm not. And I always kind of have a bit of a heart attack about that. Every time I plan a social endeavor or anything like that, my version of imposter syndrome is like, I'm not sure I count as a person grade imposter syndrome. But so, I was going through that, and they come over, and it's the beginning of December, and both sets of the friends who came over brought presents. And very, very thoughtful, very, very kind presents. A knife and axe set that I'll be reviewing for my other channel. Some really fancy Magic cards. Yes, I'm that geek. I've been playing Magic since Alpha. Brought me some Commander decks, actually. And I've been playing Magic since Alpha, but I've never owned a full non-sample style pre-con deck. I mean, I've had the little pre-cons that they give out sometimes, but nothing like that. So it's very, very nice, very fancy cards. And we had this amazing evening of food, and the family you find, not the family necessarily you expect. I'm gonna hold the snow on the mountains like that. No, because it breaks the smoothness. But well, it was a truly wonderful time to have some people come over because, like I said, I don't get to get out much. Part of it being little man's issues, part of it being I had to have spent the last couple of years fighting some pretty scary health issues, and to know that they come, you know, I'm 100 miles from where I used to live, and they come in and they see me, and it's really, really very nice. It's always, it sounds silly, but I'm always so grateful because there's a part of me that's always surprised. And I don't think I'll ever quite get over, having good friends. Blue Teddy says, glad you found good family, Nick. From what I know about you so far, it seems as though you deserve that kindness. Thank you. I'm not good at saying I deserve anything, but I appreciate that. And yeah, I just appreciate it, folks. When you have family and they're around and they're good to you and people who love you. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's hard when you've been through stuff, especially, to let people be nice to you. There's a part of you that wants to go hide because you're embarrassed, or maybe you can't afford to be as giving as they are. And don't let that get you, because the people who did wrong to you don't deserve to keep having that kind of power in my mind. Does that make sense? I think it does. And you deserve to have as good a time as possible. Now, so be mindful and enjoy it. And I think that's why Thanksgiving is important. And I think we need to be thankful of the good in our life, because it's not permanent. I mean, we all lose people. Last couple of years have been kind of rough on that front. So I count it as a true blessing that I get to have the people in my life that I have. Because you don't know. You don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. You don't know what tonight's going to bring. So I'm always, whenever they come out, I'm like, everybody gets a hug, because you'll regret if you don't, and everybody message me if when you make it home, because I sit up and I wait to make sure everybody makes it home. That's who I am. And this, I think, is a good picture. It still feels a little empty over here. It needs something. Well, we'll need a brush first to get something over there. We'll need a color we haven't used. Let me make sure I can see. What does that mean? Oh, okay, I know what that means. Just hit me with that thing. Let's see. How big is my brush? I bet my brush is not big enough. What I'm going to do? No, it's not. Let's try that. Let's get a little bigger. Yes. I like that. I like where this is going. Where is this going, Nick? It doesn't look like it's going anywhere. Oh, it's going somewhere. It's answering another question. Why am I here? I like to ask that when I do, especially a landscape piece. I like to ask questions, no matter how fantastic it is. Why am I here? Why am I looking at this? Who am I just passing through? But if I put an old kind of hunting shack right here, and we come over here, Where are we living? We're living at that. That's a pretty dark brown to be living at. So let's add. Ooh, that's a little excessive. That's fine. There we go, though. Got a nice little hunting shack. And we're gonna grab some gray here. I'm not a hunter. No beef with hunters, obviously. I'm just not. That's not my jam usually. But if it's your jam, that's okay. Now we have to decide something. Yeah. Let's zoom out real quick. That's a cold day. And it looks like there's a bit of a breeze. So what we're going to do, like some weather coming in. Let me see. Do I like that? Yes, but right idea, wrong tint. What we need is a lighter brush. Maybe. Try that one. And just off camera. But Nick, it blends with the mountains. Yes, it does. I'm gonna add a little bit of this blue to it. There we go. Why am I putting blue in there? Well, because real wood smoke gets that bluish color. And since it's warm, we're going to just come right here and have the light from the window. It doesn't have to be perfect. Probably should frame it in a bit more, though. So we'll go back to my thick paint. We'll go pretty small. Let's get some black going. Let's get in here and add just a little bit of framing. And then I'll paint this piece. I'll sign this piece and we'll be done. Is that black? Yep, it's black. That green's peeking through. We'll just shade that green out, maybe. Yeah. I like that because now there's a place here. It's almost harsh, but not too. Let's get a good view on the sky. Yeah, I think that'll work. That's fairly festive. And then I'm just going to come over here. Whoop. Way down here. And I'm going to do, I'd shrink the smudge brush a bit. Because we're gonna keep, okay, give it a sec. It's got an auto save thing. And I'm just gonna brush that in and just sort of soften that on here. Because yeah, I'm being a little silly, but I'm prone to silliness. And to the corner, and we'll go to our good friend, the good pen. And let's see, do I have space? Just barely. Give it a sign. And we are getting golden, friends. We'll zoom right out. Get a whole view of the thing. I like that. Always a fan of winter scenes. And Johnny Winter is a hoax. Oh, Johnny, if I had the means, I would fly you up. I'd take you to Northwest Indiana, where I grew up, in the middle of, say, January or February, and I would show you winter. Let's see, file. We're going to go save as while I'm here. Road TF. I'll save this as a nice ping. I'll delete that real quick. Road PNG. Wink. Yes. That's going to squish it all together, make my life a lot easier. Yeah. Johnny Cage lives in South America, where it is never, in part of South America, where it's never cold. So I can understand his concern. I'm pretty certain this is, I'm just going to scroll through faster so I can see it. Yes. Okie dokie. Let that load. Guys, remember when you're arting, again, big breaths, take time to stretch. Because when I'm drawing, I'm using my shoulders, my elbows. I'm not just hunched my fingers. Oh, that wasn't supposed to get rumpled. I wanted to put that on the wall. Now it's mountable. I just have to roll it in crinkles. Exported the time lapse. Let's see. And we'll give it the dash. Whoops. Art over art time lapse, so I know what I am looking at. Now, this is a nice one. We've done a nice. I need to do one other thing. I need to come and add this. And let's see what we've got going on. Sylphine. As much as I like Sylphine, Sylphine doesn't not work for this. I need Comica. Again, as part of the respect for the origin material, I try to keep on relative brand for the Never Mind the Furthermore. So we go. Never mind the further. I just had to place this. So it's either way up here. Nah. There we go. And we go export single layer ping, ping, ping. And we go N. Looks like, yep, the biggest NTF S1 E67 is the biggest, and that goes like that, and we are saved. And we say okay. Now, we've done that. We've got my portrait. I just have 2 more to do. And I'm an hour. I'm actually about on par where I need to be. Now we just close that. Do not save that because I don't need that backed up, and we'll do the next one. Alrighty. File. New. And again, I've got it all set up so what I do the most, which is work on this, I can pop out pretty easy. Which means, this is for the Wednesday show. What would be fun for Wednesday, guys? What would really be a Wednesday kind of jam? Well, let's see. While I wait for you guys, let's make sure everything's set up. Bam, bam. I'm going to make this blue because I think this is going to be a drawn one. I don't. We got this guy. What size are you sitting at? Still a solid place to start. Nobody's talking, so that's okay. So I'll just start drawing. I forgot to make it blue. That's annoying. Now it looks like I'm actually drawing a pencil. Yeah, I'm not sure. No worries. That's it. It'll take a while for us to get used to the idea of a multiple format, but it is coming up on Christmas. It's been a while since I've done an elf with leather vein ears, like the big old doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. I have hope you do animation using this art in any story. That is on my to-do list, Ronick. I do art, and right now I'm kind of busy with some game design stuff, both for my project with Luke Stone, being the Hybrids RPG, and my work with my Big Stompy Robots Tactics line. I've neglected my DA site in the last couple days. I have actually a bit of a backlog that I have to get up on DA, and I've really neglected my Instagram. Both of those need to be. Do I want the old spoofy? Yeah, okay, cool. She's got some wild elf hair going. That's cool. We're just doing light sketch from this. That's I think everything's up, and we don't necessarily want to do that yet. Left hand. We come here. We can go here, and I'm just playing. Just playing. I want a kind of barbar, strong girlish elf. It's older than that. I think it's Nick T. I think it goes by under Nick T. Artist. So it should be something like Nick T. _ artist. I think. I think I'll try to share. I'll check that out in a bit. But she's got that. give her. That's just room for pouches. Yeah, found you. Groovy. And please follow me lots of places because we live in an era where social media isn't always solely reliable. We're just gonna chunk this out. And this is more my man Johnny Cage draws very, very attractive women. That's what Johnny Cage draws. That's his specialty. So I want to draw something in the realm of an attractive woman. Just to keep, Johnny happy. So we're gonna give her some armor bits. I might just leave it all pencily. I kind of like this. This picture, more than many, is starting to feel a lot like something you'd find in one of my actual sketchbooks. It took me a long time to get comfortable. Oh, thank you. HTTPS Instagram.com/NickTArtist. If anyone needs the link, there you go. Because Nick T is my handle on DeviantArt. And yeah, I'm just going to apparently do this picture very traditional drawing style for now. That's fine. I guess I'm suddenly I've been playing Magic and I've got my RPG in mind, and I want to do. Part of my dream is to do my own system, which I've done before, but with all the art by me, I want to do everything from the ground up. So once I get through the stuff I've done with Luke, I'll do something for. Do some projects that are meant for chasing my dreams in particular. And I think he'll understand that. You gotta chase your own dreams. But you also have to sketch and you also have to make a buck. So there are challenges to be had across the board. This is just sketchy fun. Let's get zoomed in, see if I can't do something about this face. And yes, I know. It's not that I've forgotten her other arm. It's that I need to figure out how I'm doing something with her other arm. And no, this is not exactly what I would call planned out art. This is quick and sketchy and rather dirty. Not like inappropriate dirty. I would never do something like that on my YouTube channel. But it is classic. There we go. Go straight through there. There. This is just, frankly, a lot of fun. I haven't just doodle sketched like this in a while. I'm an old anime nut, if that's not shocking to anybody. And one thing I loved in the older style of anime, Masamune Shinro's work, especially. Uh, there's a sense of looseness and organics to it. This one's there, that goes there. Just do that, widen that out. I don't like that last circle. Blessed is the undo button. No, that's not bad. I'll change my mind. Okay, so I might leave her sketchy just because it's been a while since I've done some really fun, loose, sketchy art. I don't know. But I like this piece. I like where she's going. I'm going to clean up her face just a little bit. Yeah, that's not... because I don't want the guidelines. Yeah, let's clean it up just... not a lot. I want it to stay rough, but I also want it to be... oops, not too far. Wink. There we go. That's not bad. Let's see, how's that for... yeah, there we go. What else does she need? Whoops, wrong wash. There we go. Tanky armor here. It's fine. I might just leave her black and white. I kind of dig. Just dig how loose and fast this is. Not everything has to be controlled. You can have a bit of freedom. Let's try something though. Let's try something with her. Let's add a layer. Bam. Make it a multiply layer. Yes, friends, you know where I'm going with this. And set that a purple. Just so I know it's a different color. No way at a glance, I know where I'm working with. And we'll bring out our airbrush again. Not a bad size. Yeah, let's go darker. Oh, that's what it needed. It is definitely going to be one of these pieces. Cool beans. Cool beans. This is fun. We're definitely doing it like this. And that's the thing. Art should be fun. Oh, somebody's trying to get a hold of me. That's fine. I'm not sure what that head thing is, but I dig it. She's definitely a form of mischief. And see, because I'm not doing it right, I can do things deliberately, like the wisps of hair that don't line up right. And I can layer it where it needs to. Oh, that's nice. I don't want to add just a little. I like airbrushes. I'm gonna take a little darker. Did I not go dark enough? Let's see. There we are. That's going to be a little bit of a harder line. That's fine. Because this is just going to stay grayscale. I dig her. Like, I know it's grayscale, but her hair is definitely red. I think that reads. You can see that as like the curly Merida red hair. There we go. I like that. It's a little rough. It's a little sketchy. But things can be rough and sketchy and still roll. Does she need anything else? Or should we just call this one and hop on down the line? Call it a quickie that just worked. Well, looks like I've only got one person left, so I think I'm going to just do that. I think I'm just going to call this a job well done and get hopping. You really like her? Thank you. I really like her too. She may get revisited. Oh, I'm not leaving. No, I just meant I still have another picture I have to do bare minimum. So, but you are more than welcome for the stream. And yeah, I do this sometime during the weekend. I can't schedule this one as hard as the others because I have more family obligations and such during the weekend. And now it's going to back up halfway through my name. Maybe. Yeah, my name's a little big on this one. I don't care. I had fun. I'm almost tempted. Yeah, let me look at the layers. I want to see something real quick on this. Yeah, I have room. If I do this, I go here. Oh, here. Let's see if I can do something nifty. If I can, cool. If I can't, no harm, no foul. Almost right. Wait, I forgot how big a picture this is. If I do that, and then I come over here with my eraser bob. Oh, no, I said eraser bob. Thank you. And undo that line. That frames her a little bit. Yeah, this is what needed to happen. She needed a background that wasn't quite a background, so I could come back to her later, have it really rock. I like that. That's clear. And there's a little bit of sweet buzz right there. There we are. Cool. We are about. There we are. I think she. I don't know. Do I like that? Let me look at it without. It looks better without. Okay, cool. I experimented. I decided I did not like that. I'll get rid of that. And we will then just close this dude up. And we will export single layer as a JPEG. And we'll call it Big Axe Elven Bar. That works. And I'll finish it out as Barbara Air. There you go. Boom. That gets expanded there. There. Okay. Hello. We will export the time lapse so that everybody can see how she just kind of. This is how drawing looks when I'm doing it on paper. Usually, this is a lot closer to the process I use on paper, where it's just one layer and I'm just sketching around. Okay, because she looks good. And we'll go oh yeah, Big Axe. Time lapse. Save. And then we do, of course, because, always use your art. If you have a use for your art, make it so. We'll come here. Come here. Fix this to red. It always goes to Sylphian, which is funny because that is my favorite font for a lot of things. One of these days, I'm probably going to do, I'm going to do my own title. That's coming. But, and this is what we rock. While I'm setting this up, hey Luke, I see you there. Thank you. Yeah, I'm just going through my usual video stuff. I don't know if I forgot to highlight it. There we go. There we go. Here. Wow. Export single layer. JPEG. TF-S1 E68. Save that. And so I have that for tonight, for when I do the video uploads. And that's done. And that's done. I've already saved it. So we'll do at least one more. How you doing, Luke? What have you been up to? Oh, do not save. That's fine. File new real quick. Okay. All right, folks, we got. And be sure to hit like and be sure to share because I want to do. I want more people to see what I'm up to. Okay, there we go. Let it go. Let it go. There we are. Blue. And now what? Any idea what anybody wants? At least for this one. And then after that, let's see. Because I knocked that thing out fast. I knocked that thing out fast. That's much more like my usual art. What do we need? Because it's going to be a Friday art, and I am feeling Christmas. I'm feeling Christmas, so I'm going to go. I don't know. I know what I'm going to do. This guy here. Like the new portrait look? That little body, big belly, fish, legs, feet, jetpack. With his little hands. Here it goes on. Now I'm going to have fun with a brush I bought. Because what we're going to do is first off, come here. Oh. New layer. New layer. New layer. New layer. Come back to my favorite tool, which is this guy. We're still cruising at 5 today. I mean, we're really dialing in what we want. I figured out what I wanted to do. I need to do a little bit of an ear. This. Now, some of you know Gizmo Glitch. I don't wonder if Luke's still here. I might bug him later on. If he is, cool. If he isn't, he's usually around. Luke's great, people. We got that. I did make a character that I was going to play during Red Valkyrie Presents by the name of Gizmo Glitch. And Gizmo is my artificer, and he is a gnome, and he is insane. But that is okay, because insanity is a wonderful trait in a little gnome. And that's what he is. He is essentially a little gnome. There we go. This. We've got this. Oh, I'm glad you love crazy. Lieutenant Teddy says, I love crazy gnomes. Oh, you're in the right place. Sometimes it's just about having fun. If anybody ever wants to talk to Gizmo, believe it or not, the crazy dude has his own Twitter account at glitch_Gizmo because the name was taken. I gotta fix that. I don't like that. There you go. Cool. I erased mercilessly. No, that's what's wrong. And while him having rocket boots would make sense, having an actual rocket booster is just so much more Gizmo. Wait, no, I need to not do that. I need to come here. Where are my decorations? Decorations. Yay. Oh, wait, no, it's right there. What's that? I need that. Is that really what it's supposed to be? And that's almost the right size. Yeah, it's a little, undo that. We're gonna put. Did it blur? Oh, let's see. Yeah. I lost it. Shoot. Let me see. Why is it not doing it? I hit something wrong. That's right. That's right. I'm on the wrong way. Oh, I'm on the right layer. Every once in a while, this will do that. I figure out why. Let's just delete that layer. What's that? Yes. There we go. Up here. I must have bumped the brush size or something. Aha. That's gonna work now. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Now, we'll just come back to a sane brush real quick. I'll fix this little hat thing. Look tied off. There we go. Yes, that brush is a bit of a cheat, but gosh darn it, it's fun. Gizmo does nothing important and takes it all very seriously. He's a passionate, serious little dude. This honestly is one of my favorite pictures I think I've ever done. This might be... I might use this as a Christmas card. I really like this little dude. So, we'll just do the saves of this one. And we will export single layer PNG. I may color this, but I may just leave this as something other people can color. And we will, okay, we save that. Yes, that is exported as a PNG. And then we'll go export the time lapse. This should be a little short one. Because it's nice when you know what you want to draw. We'll just, okay. Just one word. Oops. We'll just... Now... we do... here. I'll find a place to put Nevermind further. Probably right here. And it gets red because it always gets red unless I'm really feeling colorful. Oh, that's the wrong font. It went back to Sylphine, didn't it? Which I love that font. But I need my Comica title for this. So we go all the way up to Comica title. Well, that's just brand loyalty right there. I almost started to write Comica title. Nevermind the further. Okay, let's move this around a little bit on the right spot. Actually, you know what? Let's just do that. That needs to be out of Gizmo's way. Okay, so file, export PNG, NTF S1 E69. Nice. And we go down the line. And so all that's set up so that later when I sit down to do the other videos, I have thumbnails. And I think that's a fun picture. That's a good picture. I like that. That hits the spirit of the seasons. Alright, it is, only took me 2 hours. Because, you know, I got more in the zone. So let's do something new. And I need to do something very, very different. It's a fun picture. I really love thank you. I'm putting that back up. Thank you, Blue Teddy. That's where I like my art to be. Is fun. I need. Let's go inches. We'll see if I can do this. How big are those? Yeah, 11 by 17. Yep. You can go 11 by 17. This is going to be a big old beast. Okie dokie. Resolution 600, units inches. I need to make that into a template. Alrighty. The one I'm working on now is going to be a little more challenging. This is a serious piece, in that this is gift art for probably my little brother. But I know he doesn't watch my feeds, so I don't have to worry. And I'm picking this because it's the biggest size I can print things off at the library in color. I have to think what I want to do. So for this, I am probably going to combine a whole lot of my techniques. And so first thing we're going to do is we're going to come into this, and we're going to grab, do I want chalk or do I want charcoal or pastel? Yeah, I like chalk. Let's go chalk. We'll keep chalk. That works. But we need, there's going to be a lot of focus, and it needs to be big. It needs to be big. Yeah. This is going to be one of those pieces. This one may not be done today. This may be one I have to. It's lagging, folks. It is lagging. It's okay. So I know I just have to give it a chance. Make sure nothing else is open. And we'll come back here. And we will go. Purple. Oh yeah, I'm definitely getting the right. By the way, it's already trying to blur. I'm getting the right universe going here. Let's get some. And now, let's add another set of color. What color do we need? Something a little more muted. Yeah, that's going to do stuff. I'll go to the blur. Go to the fingertip and get a big old finger going. That's not a big old finger. That's a big old finger. Because this is a truly huge canvas. And what we're going to do is see if we can get the computer to keep working while I do this, which may not bode well. I'm straining my box. Eventually, I need to put more RAM into my computer. I may have bitten off more than it can handle. But then again, it's probably because it's streaming. Okay, let's try here. let me pull the volume down. Oh, I don't even have a cursor anymore. I see what's wrong. Let's see if that doesn't help. Yeah, there we go. Now we're getting somewhere. I might not be able to stream and do this particular project because of the size of the canvas. And that's okay. Because this is really, let's see, volume mixer. We're having some technical difficulties, folks. Thank you for enjoying the stream. I'm back. Let me get back and see if I can't reboot into something. The project was a bit bigger than my computer was ready to handle at the moment. Apparently, there was something going on in the background. So we'll just have to reboot and get things back where they need to be. So we will. Okay, that makes life a little easier. We are almost back. There we go. Sorry about that. Boy, was that a fun one, friends. We just had every kind of crash, didn't we? But we are back in business. IOU Art by Design. So if anybody's still here, thank you. We're going to just back away from this. This was a system crusher. And since I have neglected my happy little Instagram, I'll do it Instagram. Ray, welcome back. So I'll just take a prompt. Teddy, you're here. You're chatty. You have. Pick a word, pick a prompt, give me something. Because you've been kind, so I'm going to hook you up artistically, so to speak. I haven't done a speed art in a while. I mean, I accidentally did speed art, but I haven't sat down to really knock something out. What would you like? Well, so while I wait for Blue Teddy to respond, I'll knock something else out. What am I going to make? Wow! Centaur is your go-to prompt. But artists hate drawing horses. Well, I'm not drawing a horse, I'm drawing a centaur. Okay, we can do that. We can definitely do that. Like I said, it doesn't have to be good. This is practice. But, she dropped a centaur in my lap. That's pretty cool. We're still there. We are still, grab a nice blue. Move my beaker since there's a panic. And we want a centaur. I'm all a blue layer, so it doesn't really matter. We're going to start. Horses are very barrel-chested, and then they kind of have. Are you familiar with the bean approach to drawing people? This is sort of the horse bean. So we go here. Cut down here. Give it that little hoofy thing. My proportions. Yep, beans are a lifesaver. This is not going to be a proportionate horse. This is going to be, well, it's also a centaur, so it's not a horse anyway. But I can do a horse-ish. Not sure how I want it. Because I'm using my Instagram square. I can go like that. We'll beef that up a bit. We'll go here. He's a chunky centaur. Go right up here. right up here. But like I said, beam, head, shoulders. This is the part where I admit I have never drawn a centaur. So this is actually my first try drawing a centaur. Got that. Oh, is it a male centaur or a female centaur? Makes it even more exciting. Thank you. Just need to beef up that part of the beam. Now, I suppose I could have, done the smart artistic thing and used some type of reference, but let's see. Male is fine. Okay, cool. He's a dashing cat. And then I'm going to give him a big old saddlebag. Fits fairly comfortably. Base it off of one of those nifty ring-locked he gets a scarf too. I like the scarf. Okay. It's going to be a very dapper centaur. I like the idea of a centaur and spats. So, what we got going on over here? Well, this is fun. This is fun because let me just do. Yeah, that works. I get to ask all sorts of fun questions, like how does a centaur pick things up? So, honestly, this is one of my favorite pictures I've done in some time. Just because it's both challenging. I mean, it is something I've never done before. And it's making me wonder some things. Oh, I'm sorry, I trailed off. I get that. The end of your question trailed off. What was that? Well, I was wondering how do centaurs pick things up easily? Because they can bend at the middle, but that always seems like it would be kind of difficult. And yes, he's looking very daft. Thank you. So I wanted to make it easier for the centaur to pick things up. So I made him a picker-upper. I'm kind of. It's seen some days. This is an adventurous centaur. He's well traveled. It's funny, I've drawn a lot of driders, but I've never drawn a centaur before. That's a very good question. Well, thank you. I try, like I said, I don't just draw because, drawing is fun. I draw because it makes me ask questions. It makes me think of things. And, when I have these questions, the only way to deal with them then is to think them out. Let me close that just a little bit. It's kind of where I want his hand to be. It's like the centaur is not a farmer. His hat kind of reads farmer. He's far too dapper. He's a wandering centaur. He might be a bard. I haven't decided yet. Because he's just got some bard energy to him. There we go. But this, yeah, thank you so much for, what I would have never reached to do. I know, I have to fix his face. Let's fix his face. Because his face will tell me a lot more about the dude. Sure how much he has facial hair. I know that. I just haven't decided how much and what type yet. I don't want him to look too goaty. Like that. Nick, you're hyper detailing a part. Yes, I know. I'm hyper detailing before I'm done. It's a weakness. Close that up. Close that up. So I can just go. Boom, boom. Pull back. He's a dashing little. I like this guy. I mean, he's a friend, Oh, no problem. You're doing a great job with it. Oh, thank you. Well, didn't need to do that, though. Need my pen back. There we go. I think because I got so caught up in worrying about his centuriness that the normal things that kind of psych me out really aren't. more charisma. So here's a question for the chat. Do you count centaurs as furry creatures? Like, do you count them as anthro or not? Could be a bit of a spicy question, but that's his big rubber. Need to work on hands, but that's okay. Got that part. And this part comes down. And this part comes down. And that part comes down. And then we go right into the spat. Like so. And we'll do it like that. He's a fun dude. Like, this might make it into one of my RPG books. I like him. And you say, you don't count personally. They're less a full body mashup than half and half like satyrs or mermaids. Now, that's an excellent point. And I do draw a lot of satyrs and mermaids. In part because I always wanted to run a satyr character in an RPG, like D&D or something. I would think a satyr would be a very... I'm going to have to zoom in to get that right. A satyr would be a very fun kind of character to play. I mean, nowadays, if you played a satyr, everybody would be like, oh, you're a tiefling? No, I'm a satyr. Here, listen to my happy little horns. My pipes. Well, the horns are happy too. And we're just doing big circle, little circle, little circle, little circle, swooshy bit, swooshy bit, swooshy bit, big circle, big circle, big circle. Highlight the lines, highlight the bracket there, highlight the bracket there. Maybe it's a courier. No. Centaurs would make great couriers, I would think. I may have to work on the proportions in the back a bit, but go here. This strapping and buckling has to be up top where it can be reached easy. Oh, backing up. Give it a second. Here we go. Definitely want. He needs style. He needs to have his style points. A little bit of thickness to the sort of saddle blankets and things. I might make that packaging of some sort too. This makes him a more interesting character. I like that. Or is that too much? Oh. know where to find black on this image. Maybe. There we go. Okay. Let's hide this layer for a second, see how he's coming. Okay, he's doing good. That means I can get rid of this layer. And yes, folks, undo button, undo button. Ooh. That. Thank you. If you wonder why I'm so funny about getting rid of unnecessary layers, that's why. I kind of like his little florally scarfy business. It just gives him more character. Because he's flamboyant. His tail could use work, but that's okay too. For a first try, I'll let myself have it. Give him a little bit more fur. Not smooth. He's not like a perfectly smooth coated centaur. That sounds. He has to be colored, doesn't he? Now he needs a bit of implied terrain or something. Just throw some plants out there. Yeah, you have layers and you're doing it old school. Yeah, it happens sometimes. That's fine. That goes there. I flatten to one layer all the time. See, it saves hassle on your computer. Alrighty. He's definitely wearing gloves, but you know, this is obviously a guy who travels and gets around. So. I don't know if I'm coloring him or not. I kind of like the black and white. He needs a little refinement, but he's a neat dude. Thank you, Blue Teddy. I would have never thought to try to draw a centaur. And I wouldn't have had this much fun working on something I didn't know I could do. Let's add some stripies to his scarfy dude. There we go. Now I have to give him a name. I'm not sure what I'm going to name him. My Bob Ross is coming out in the background, don't mind me. Let's see. Oh. Usually by the end I have a blue sketch, a line art, colors, and lettering, which sounds like a lot, but no. I've got a million letters. It's because I'm testing something I'm not confident. Exactly. I'm really fighting years of, the free app versions of things to only have, you only have 3 or 4 layers to work with. And, my computer's not old, but by any means, but it needs more RAM for what I put it through. And I don't usually give it what it needs there. The hooks aren't quite right, but I'll work on them later. Oh, I know why, because they're the wrong kind of hoof. That's what I did wrong. The centaur. I'm used. There we go. Oh, my wife's gonna laugh because she was a horse girl. Like this guy. I know, don't fall in love with your art. Never fall in love with your art. But I like this guy. He's just fun. I'm trying to figure out if he has like a Scottish accent or not. He definitely has an accent. Dang, you're really going all out. Well, I try. Okay. Add my multiple. This one I'm going to have to save as a big file because it's definitely going to be potentially a artwork piece. Like I might just throw this. That's way too dark. That's just right idea, wrong shade. I might just literally put this in one of the books, or use this as a base layer and redo it when I'm fully here. This shadow of his hat has to go over his eyes, or it's the point of wearing a hat. Most of the figures. I'm just going to do this, and all we're doing is adding a little bit of shade, a little bit of dimensionality to this. You know what? Spaniard works. I just can't. I don't do a Spanish accent very well. But I see that. Hi. Hello, Red Bandit. I'm Nick. I draw. I do game design. I teach people to sword fight. I do a lot of things. But right now, I did the work I was supposed to do. And this is usually ends up being about a 3-hour stream. So I had some extra time, and I thought, oh, I'll have some fun. And I asked the lovely Blue Teddy Narrations, whom people should follow as well, if, for a prompt, what would you like me to draw kind of deal? And she said onto me, a centaur. And I realized at that point I've never drawn a centaur before today. Like a true centaur. That I could. I've drawn a lot of driders because in my fantasy setting, driders are a significant race, and they're much nicer than they're usually depicted in other settings. In part because I'm a severe arachnophobe, and I want to not feel bad about critters, even the ones that scare me. So I started doing a drider, and I'm just right now playing with shading it. Subbed! I love this. Well, thank you. You'll find all sorts of stuff on my channel, including the Random Art Times with Nick, which is this program. I host a very goofy morning talk show called Nevermind the Furthermore, where a whole bunch of published artists and authors, comic book creators, and the like get together and talk about what they're doing and try to motivate themselves and each other. Oops, I hit the wrong button again. And to be better at what they do. Oh, Thank you, Red Bandit. If you look in the video description, you'll see links to my website, which I have to update. It doesn't look very fancy, but that has links to where my books are, where my DeviantArt gallery is, where you can see basically the majority of the work I've done for the last 20 years is up there. And I'm going to be doing merch soon. Yes, I want to do how-to art books. That's on my list, but I've been teaching people to sword fight for the last 20 years. So I have 3 how-to sword fight books published. I have 1 art book that you can get it digitally, you can't get it in print yet because I'm fighting the Amazon submission process, which can be that way. And a few games I've designed, a couple novellas I've written, little short novels. What else does he need? Needs a little bit more shade here. This is just quick, couple minute sketch. I'll be getting those books then. Also, that is crazy. Oh, you have to be more specific. I do a lot of crazy things. But yeah, I believe life is meant to be an adventure, and there are ways to live an adventurous life, and I have managed quietly to do so. And I like helping people. So, if you go, you'll see streams like this, and then most of the time, unless there's a technical problem, because one thing you have to understand is all computers hate me. Yeah, that looks better. He may just get a full color job. I'm having so much fun with him. Yeah, because as long as I save him fully. Let's work on this some more. Let's see now. Because I'm using this Milli pen, which is like the millimeter pen. It's a very solid, very no-nonsense pen, and I kind of really dig it. He's out in the sun, so I'm going to give him a mildly swarthy complexion. Yeah, that works. Let's zoom in where I need to go. Give me just a moment. And we'll just come up there first. And oh no, I've goofed it up. I've hit the wrong button. I forgot to go multiply. Wonk fixed it. Anyhow, because I did the shading first, it makes the color choicing a lot easier. Because it will just basically auto fill the color. Again, nothing fancy. Art should be fun, but it doesn't have to be scary. It doesn't have to be intimidating. Let's look. His hair needs to be probably rather dark. Oh, that's the right choice. That is the right choice. Yes. That is the right choice. And we're gonna go. Whoops. This egg's kicking. It doesn't exist. Oh, you may have to do. Hold on. Let me make sure I can get this right. It may have crashed. It should. see. There you go. Let's go. Oh, okay. May just need. Try this. It may be crashing without the. And if that doesn't work, we can always go. WikiNart.com/McT. Or let me see. www. Author slash Nicholas Tucker. Oh, I titled that. You can just type out your own name on the other screen. Of course you did. But here and there. Oh, well, there we go. We got you all set up. There are lots of places to find me, and they should all cross-reference. If they don't, shoot me a message here, and I will continue to be of service best I can. But, let's see. We need a good leathery brown. So I'm going to do a lot of leather points with this guy. He is wearing leather gloves. Just, I mean, you're adventuring. Why wouldn't you wear leather gloves? And yes, I know the fill tool is a lot faster, but I sometimes genuinely like the slight scruffiness found. I want to do that. Go here. There. Down there. Because he definitely has brown eyes. Let's see. His shirt. Let's do a scarf. His scarf is definitely like a reddish scarf. It's a very notice me scarf. So we're just going to put that there. Thank you. Like I said, I have several books you can buy, and please leave a review if you do. Well, that depends on what you want. Whoops, that's the wrong button. What you want to do. If you want the sword fight, start with the simple sword. They're all in basically a series. And that will teach you how to basically go from so you never touched a sword to all the way through building, training your own people. And I recommend, of course, finding a group and making sure you medically can do stuff, but I'm being sloppy because I'm talking. That's okay. This is still a very fun piece. And we're going to go for... He's going to have a lot of browns on him because he's just a sort of fairly Western feeling character. And I still haven't decided what his horse half coloring is, so that's going to be a bit of a challenge. There's so many potential colors to run there. while we're here, let's use this for this part. My art and stories book, which is right now only in digital, and that, like I said, that will be fixed probably this coming week. I had to take some family time, which, you know, the holidays, that happens. It has prompt pictures kind of like this, and then stories I've written, because when I get handed a prompt, I usually find myself writing a story about the prompt. I made a slight mistake, but I'm not worried because I'll come back and I will get it later with a different color. As I'm come over here, and I'm going to go give him this kind of blue-gray, and that'll be his shirt color. That's a neat color for him. A lot of it's just, you just got to play around a bit. Art should be fun. And too many people are so focused on, well, your art has to be profitable, or it has to be what other people want, it has to be perfect. All that's geared to get people not to draw. That's all intimidation tactics, in my opinion. I don't have time for that. He looks oddly festive. Wasn't planning for him to be festive, but he looks quite festive in all actuality. I dig that. And yes, I know there are little gaps in holidays because this is a very sketchy, fast piece, but I think it works towards its credit. This part's also red, because this red is going to sort of hide out as part of the blanket. There's some drama to this fellow, and I did not expect that. Oh, I'll use the fill tool to flat sometimes, but for anything else too much, it's much too well flat. Exactly. And this is the, I told you I made a mistake. This is the kind of piece where you want he'd operate with padding, I would think. Sorry. You want your stuff to make sense. So you end up asking all these questions like, okay, he's a courier of some sort. Maybe a bit of the bard to him. We were trying to figure out how centaurs pick things up when they drop them, because it looks like it could be difficult from some angles. You know, you're fairly limited reach. So we gave him a pick rubber. We're going to just keep right on. Give him red spats. Now this will be my last picture for the day. I think I'm right by the 3-hour line. And I still have to do all the video creation and uploads. But once I've got this guy colored, I will do the saves. And I show you guys how I do my saves because I want you to see. And this is, I'm still doing this with this is a speed paint draw it live prompt challenge. So I may revisit this guy from the ground up because he's just so fun. That's how great characters are born. And he may show up in one of the D&D games. Well, yeah, actually, some of it will be D&D compatible. I have a whole lot of RPG-related materials in the works. Both a Kickstarter with Mr. Luke Stone for the custom game I did for his Hybrids, the Sons of Gods comic. And that's been nearly 2 years in the works. It has been 2 years in the works. Longer by the time the campaign starts. But and then I have several other I have tactics games that I do, mecha-based tactics games. I quite like those. That looks like a line that got away from me at some point. I don't know how that happened, but it's gone now. Let's see what we got going on. And I keep doing that because I need to put this tool set away to move my guy around. There we go. We need to fix his gold strap points. What? Oh no. That's annoying. Have that back, thank you. There's buttons on my lovely cells, and I love my cells, don't get me wrong. But every once in a while, I'll hit one. That I have to fix what needs to be fixed before it will let me do what I want to do. There we go. Nope. Oh. I see. There it is. Fixed it, huh? And again, this is just play coloring. This is not working for a hard project or trying to make a perfect render. This is just playing around. Because as adults, we have lost the understanding of the importance of play. I'm going to just throw some gold around here to add some highlights and just make this whole thing a little more interesting. There we go. Oh, missed line. Let's see. Now we've done everything but the decision time, huh? Alrighty, we need a color. What base color do we want the brush to be? No, that's too close. That works. I like the dark. Okay, cool. Okay, let's make this a bit wider so that I don't have to work so hard. Am I on the wrong layer? Oh, I bumped it to darken. That should be multiply. There we go. How does that work? Let's put this away for a moment and just see. Oh, yeah. Can't be afraid to just throw some color on. I'll hit the edge with a eraser bit. Oh, I see the pieces I missed. I'm getting better. But the hooves are going to be nearly black. Yep. And I'm just going to pull my marker to a much more tangible, easy to control. I don't need pressure sensitivity. I need to come back to here. That's the wrong color. There it is. I used a bit of an orange. That's fine. This is more concept work anyway. So we are almost done with this guy, friends. At least the man of him. He's still fairly painterly, and I'm okay with that. I want the kind of brassy color for his picker-upper. Which, yeah, I suppose it could double as a weapon of some sort, but it's really just for grabbing, like, hard-to-reach apples and whatever. I don't give it too much flack. You know, the worst part of him really is about the apples, so you might as well just let that be his jam. Oh, that was an unintentional pun. That's okay. Got that going. And we'll just do that. Guess this is a quick picture. Alrighty. Let's take my airbrush. Let's pull just a nice generic, very pale blue sky out of here. And we'll bust the size of this so it's actually something functional. Yep. And this will give it a sort of storybook look. But if you want to see why I usually do my skies first when I'm planning to be artsy, it's because then I don't have to be so delicate around the edges. Although sometimes if you do it like this, it does make the characters pop a bit. So everything's a choice. And I still need to sign this dude. Badly. That's okay. That. I kind of like that it's, you know, a little bit of snowy background. I don't need to add the title. Makes things festive. Alrighty. And I will then come over here, grab my pen, and I'm actually going to go back to my good pen for a minute. Back to black. And I will sign this. And yeah, let's add some gray real quick because I realize there's a slight error. Come here, go here. There we go. And we'll gray those guys out just a bit. That gives it a almost water paint color. I dig that. So, export single layer, ping. Need a name. Need a name. We need a name. Sheldon. Sheldon. The Centaur. Don't know where that name came from, but it works. Save. Okay, and we'll go that second. Yes, I like this picture. File, export time lapse. And once this is exported, I will bid you guys pretty much adieu because I have other things to do today. And you know what? I do like how it's coming out. That's good. It will take me another hour probably to get everything I've done today set up, which is part and parcel of the job. But oh, I certainly will. And folks, usually Saturday or Sunday, a lot of times it's Saturdays, but sometimes it works out. I do Art Time with Nick. I don't schedule this. I do have 3 scheduled morning shows from about 10 to 11 in the morning. That's Eastern time, right here, where I do Nevermind the Furthermore. I have an 8 o'clock program on the Historical Fencing Guild, 8 p.m. Friday nights, where I do, we talk swords and things, or product reviews, technique discussions, fights and movies. There's a lot that gets bandied about there. And then there's the, I am co-host currently for Nerd Bacon on Luke Stone Studios on YouTube. So those are where you can find me on YouTube. NicholasTalkert.com is where you'll find all my links. I can be found through Amazon at amazon.com/author/Nicholas Talkert. Should get you to my works. I forgot to hit OK. I've just been letting that cycle. Thank you for the toleration of the problems while things go. And then if you you'll have to give me a little while to get everything posted up, but all the pictures I've done, the time lapses will be up, and then I'll put them in the time lapse playlist where you can watch those and all the ones I've done before on programs like this. I also have a few stop motion things buried deep in the channel that are fun and other goodness. Thank you guys for coming out. Thank you for being a part of what we do here. And I look forward to seeing you real soon. So since you guys really don't need to see the rest of this time-lapsey thing, we will call it. I'll just say... I'll say, have a nice day, folks. And please keep drawing. Because if you create something, you can edit it, you can fix it, you can improve it, but you can't edit a blank page. See you real soon.